What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex. This video I want to discuss if this is a make or break week for the Batman Arkham game, Warner Bros. Montreal. So here's what I want to do. I kind of wanted to do a reviewing this week of potential, like why is it important? And that is kind of what this video is about, because here's the biggest thing. The PS5 reveal event is getting closer. And I know, Alex has already talked about this, all this kind of stuff. But here's what I want to say. Is based off of history, and I did a little bit of digging, too, in terms of a person that I believe had gone to the last reveal event. So everybody, when we think of the PS5 reveal event, and that is, the central focus of this video, the PS4 reveal event was not February 5th back of 2013, but it was around mid-February, and the invites for that went out January 31st to the media. That's when they all got their emails saying they were doing that. Now, I've said this repeatedly or over the past couple weeks. If it's going to be February 5th, and even if not, as we get closer and closer, I told you guys last week, they got to do something. They got to announce it. They have to send the invites out to the media, and I'm not destroying the theory that it could still happen February 5th. In fact, even when I'm making the schedule for what videos are going up, I'm leaving February 5th relatively open to be ready to do stuff on the fly if something happened. And I'm kind of just waiting to plan it out, because maybe tomorrow or maybe the next day or the day after, maybe we finally get confirmation that it's happening. But at this point, it literally would be a week tomorrow. That's not far at all, and they need to announce something. So going to Batman, you could say, well, why is it for Batman? Well, I guess you have to follow the train of thought that could it happen at that reveal event? I am still split. And the longer we go, it's now, I believe, 19 days since Warner Bros. Montreal did that last teaser. And it's very much a situation where I do believe, and I will tell you that I believe, that if they don't do anything, and that say this PS5 reveal event does happen anyway, say tomorrow they confirm that it's happening, I'll still make a video talking about the potential Batman being there, because it'll be the hottest topic, right? At the same time, let me get ahead of the story and tell you guys something as well. They won't do something unless they continue to tease us. So if the teasers that we have are the only thing we have, I truly don't see them appearing. And I think a lot of you I've seen in the comments, a lot of you agree with that, right? I don't think they're in the position, or they're in their own strategic minds, in the right frame of mind to say, well, we did these pictures, the redacted site's got 2 images on it, so let's just show ourselves all together. I think we're definitely in a situation where they're going to show more pictures before we get an announcement. Now, I guess a good thing or a caveat would be maybe the Sony event isn't February 5th. Maybe it's February 20th. Maybe it's February, I think the 21st would be a Friday, right? Because Valentine's Day is also a Friday. So maybe it's late February. If that's the case, then that does give Warner Bros. Montreal more time. And again, it's only if you believe that they would show their game on Sony stage, but the reason I'm talking about it, it's a big deal, right? It's a major thing. A lot of people are going to be predicting that that's going to be happening, and it's going to be all of the mainstream people, again, the people that kind of jump in when things are hot in the Batman community, and then they jump out when things start to die down. So those are kind of the people that don't necessarily do all the research. They're not invested or in it nearly as much as you and me, right? So it is kind of that situation that we find ourselves in, but this is a big week. I know I said that 2 weeks ago, right? When they did the teaser, I said the week after is going to be a big week. But to be honest, it was for the wrong reasons again. It was a big week because they did exactly what we were all saying they truly can't do. This cannot be a 4-month cycle of teasers. You can't go till June to do another picture teaser, because what the hell are you doing? And it makes me frustrated and upset every time I really think about that kind of strategy. But that's why that week was such a big deal, is that will they really be dumb enough? And I'll say it how it is. Will they really be dumb enough to do it again, to go silent again? I can't believe. I can. I'm just more flabbergasted. That's a word, right? I don't even know the formal definition of flabbergasted, but I am it. Whatever it is, I am it. Because it truly is a situation where it's we all predicted it. You kind of go into that week after saying, I feel like they're probably going to do the same thing, but you hope in your heart of hearts it's not going to happen. I also have been telling you guys, and I still am saying, I still can't believe this. I can be upset they're not announcing it, but also have this train of thought. You should still feel good. because the game is still coming. The teasers line up. They're talking about the same thing. The game is real. The game is being worked on. Eventually, we're getting it. So we can all feel generally good in the way of we know the game is real and we know the game is coming. We can also still be upset and say, why are you teasing it the way you're teasing it? But this is a big week. It's not necessarily a big week for Warner Bros. Montreal themselves. It's more of a bigger week for Sony, right? Because if Sony announces something, then it's like, okay, game on. Like, what's Warner Bros. Montreal doing? At the same time, you can argue, and I'll say as well, it is a big deal for Warner Bros. Montreal as well, right? Because this Thursday in 2 days will be 3 weeks since they did the last teaser. So it's like, all right, are you going to do it monthly? Like, should next Thursday we all prepare ourselves for another teaser? Because if it's monthly, I guess that's not the worst thing ever. But again, if Sony announces something and Sony says, hey, the reveal event, or we can piece it, maybe they won't officially say it, but they send out the invites and there's rumors that like, hey, they're going to show stuff on like a huge convention stage like next Wednesday, next Thursday, next Friday. Once we have that, then you got to look at Warner Bros. Montreal and say, all right, would they be ready for it, right? Or is it lining up for them because they haven't even teased us again since the last one? So, like, would it even work? So it's kind of it's a chain reaction, honestly. It goes Sony first. Everybody's got to keep their eyes open. I'm super excited. I mean, Batman is what I'm in it for in the long haul. In general, obviously, I'm in it for Batman. But being a diehard Sony fan and having all these exclusives and it being the announcement of the next generation of consoles, it's an exciting time in general for me. It's an exciting time in general for the channel. I'm very excited to talk about all of, and we will have videos for all of the things that show up at this reveal event. So, like, I'm excited no matter what, and I hope a lot of people would be excited no matter what. I get the Batman thing, and again, I'm in it just as much as you guys are. If it's not there, I'm going to be upset. I'm not going to, depending on what happens, I'm not going to expect it there, or depending, right? So this is going to be an interesting week. Honestly, this week, and I may even make the same kind of video next week too. This week and next week are in different ways make or break, and make or break meaning like when we get it, like how soon we get it. Not like if they don't announce something this week, it's all over and the game is canceled. And I don't know if people are going to be so stupid to assume that's what I meant in the comments below. I guess we'll have to check them, right? But that's not what I mean. I don't mean make or break as in if they don't announce it this week, then we lose hope, we stop covering it, the game's canceled, it's for PS6 and Xbox 930 or whatever they want to call it, or Series Z, whatever. It's not like that. It's not going to be that. It's more a make or break for if nothing happens this week and the Sony event is next week, then I feel like we're in for a much longer wait. Or if next Thursday goes by and they don't do another teaser, meaning that they're not even on a month-long schedule, right? That's also a bad thing, right? Because now we have to wait even longer. Maybe we have to wait till... So it's more of a make or break for like either we're going to get this in February and we're going to be relatively sure of that over the next week or two. That's mainly the big thing. Over the next week or two, we'll seal the fate if we get this game in February, maybe early March, or E3. I honestly believe that, because if it gets past February, we're into March, we're into April. I do get it. Arkham Origins, I believe, was also revealed in March or April. So I guess there are content opportunities for me for this channel, and a lot of you may not like me saying that. But, there are definitely signs in the past to history that we can look at to say, well, maybe it would be March or April. But looking at it now, it's a monthly thing. To me, I look at it daily, I look at it weekly, I look at it monthly. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, because at the same time, I really don't want this to stretch to June. Like in the back of my mind, that's my biggest fear is like, I love talking about it. I love making these videos for you guys. You guys seem to love them. We're all a big community. You guys absolutely rock, and I love having you here. But it's like, I'd love to talk about the game. I'd love to analyze a trailer and talk about what we know and see gameplay and talk about that and talk about, what's coming for it, and then do videos on the game when it's out, all that kind of stuff. Maybe talk to people that work at Warner Bros. Montreal, do interviews. I'd love to do that stuff. That stuff excites me more than these videos, and that's not a knock on you guys. That's not a knock to these videos. But, like, I think it's time we start making like advanced content, right? And to be quite honest with you, there's nothing we can really do. I mean, we can do speculative videos, and we are, and we have, and we will, but we're really in a long waiting game, and in that way, it does suck, but it's also unlike anything I've ever done in the 5-year history of this channel. With the thousands of videos I've made, this is honestly the most unique and most different kind of thing that I've ever been a part of here in the YouTube community, right? So, again, make or break week, I think, this week and next week. Let me know in the comments below, guys. What do you think? Also, obviously, just like always, keep your eyes open. I always leave the Discord server. I always leave the Twitter handle in the description below. So make sure you're always checking that. If you want to follow us, if you want to join the Discord, if you want to let me know something that's happening, make sure you could reach out to me. I respond there. You could email me. That's in our About page on the channel. So lots of different ways to get into contact me if you guys want to. If you guys find something that maybe I'm unaware of, always let me know. You guys truly rock. You guys have been awesome the last 3 weeks. I get that these videos are probably going to start dying down because we're, further removed from the big, when everybody was interested. But those that are still watching, you guys are the absolute best. I appreciate you. We're all in it for the long run, and I hope to see you guys on the next video, which will be Thursday. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you there.